Good afternoon, or whenever you are. Back over Frog's Orchard. It's been a while, but I'm busy. I think I'm starting every single video off with that, but there's a lot going on at the moment. So last year, I was out knocking on doors and delivering leaflets, and I saw an old olive tree right next to a skip. So I knocked on the door. I said, "What are you doing with that olive tree?" She said, "I'm chucking it out. Could you lift it into the skip for me?" I said, "How about I take it and I go plant it somewhere else?" And it's been sat on my drive. It had no leaves on it whatsoever, a couple of them, obviously still alive. And it's been living on my drive for months, possibly years. I can't even remember what campaign it was. And yesterday I brought it over here and I planted it. And I got talking halfway across, and that's why I forgot to set up the cameras. I also forgot the piece of cardboard that I was going to put down to mulch it. So there it is. We have an olive tree right in the middle of a traditional English orchard, and it's looking a lot happier. You can see it's got the leaves. You can see which way round it was. Obviously the house was on the right and the sun was to the left. It's growing to the left, so I've planted it so that the sun is now on its right. So that's south-ish. And today I've brought the cardboard over. It was a nice huge bit of cardboard, and I put it out by the van last night to make sure that I didn't forget it again. And it rained, so it's soggy. So I bought some other bits of cardboard. I'm going to put the cardboard around the base of the tree, and then I'm going to put about 2 dustbins worth of buddleia chippings as a mulch, and that will kill off the grass, keep the moisture in, and gradually rot down into carbon to give this tree the best chance it has of a second life. And I said I hadn't been over here a while. I planted loads and loads of stuff last year, and most of it's gone. There's wild garlic, should be over in front of me. It's not there. I planted lots of oregano and all sorts. It's either been eaten or it's died off or it's just not survived. But I also planted lots of sage, and I'd completely forgotten where I'd put it. I've just come over here to do this video and I've tripped over something, and sure enough, there's the sage. It's survived the winter. It's growing. It's established. So that has massively cheered me up. Also got some other news about Frog's Orchard, but we'll do that later. So this is the bit of cardboard that I had yesterday. It was a nice sturdy box. I left it out in the rain and it went soggy. Spent a week in my front room, another week in the hallway. It was getting on my nerves. That's why I chucked it out. And then when I did this, my mate Steph came over and thought he was helping by putting all this back. So this can come out. And I was going to cut this in 2 halves and then cut it down the middle and overlay it. But I don't have to do that now because it's going to be impossible to cut, but it should be okay to tear. First things first, it's got my address on it, so that needs to come out. Let's try and cut it. It's quite dry inside actually. Okay, that'll work. I'm going to put that either side of the tree. That and that will help to kill off the grass and keep the moisture in. I'm not worried about the staples, they're metal, they're just going to break down into salt. And then I've got boxes of cat's food here. Again with the address removed. That can go there. And this, I was at Coachworks last week, and they've got this huge buddleia growing up the side of the wall, and he wants to put a mural there to advertise it. If you ever come to Ashford, you come out of the station, walk towards town, look to your right, there's Coachworks. Really nice place to go. Good food, good drinks, really good alcohol-free beer. Excellent community. Sometimes, if you're lucky, a film in the garden or some live music. So I cut all the buddleia down, chipped it on site, and that's what this is. It's finely chipped, so it's going to break down fairly quick. Oh, it's started going mouldy already. Don't look at my bum. So it's going to break down fairly quick, put all this carbon and nitrogen back into the soil. It's going to cover up this nasty cardboard, make it look nice. And as it rots down and all the bugs and beasties come out and eat it and take it back into the soil, it's going to improve the soil, which help to absorb the water. I was watching a thing this morning, and the guy said if you've got good soil, it infiltrates the water. It doesn't, it absorbs the water. The water infiltrates the soil. And then we get better soil, we get better water absorption, water retention. which helps to stop flooding and droughts. That was a lot quicker than I was expecting. It looks all right. That means I've got some extra time to show you what we've been up to. So, yesterday morning actually, doing my usual job, mowing the lawn, and went to the customer's compost. And I found this. Now, I have no idea what it is. Looks like some kind of herb. Don't know if that's in focus because I can't actually see. So I've rescued it, and I'm going to stick it in the ground and see what happens. There's also a nice massive lump of compost there. It's been sat in the rain overnight. So let's put it here. See what happens. Because again, the compost going in the ground, it's all organic matter. Helps to absorb the water. If it grows, it grows, and if it doesn't, that's fine too. It's a bit more solid than I thought it was going to be. Right, that's completely inexpertly done. And there you go. See what happens. And if you have a look around, that's an apple tree, possibly. Something else in bloom, could be a cherry, I'm not sure. This hasn't blossomed quite so much. That one's just past blossoming. And then below that, you've got a small olive tree. You've got whatever that is there. You've got the sage there. We've got the beginnings of a food forest. It's taken a while, but we're getting there. Get some mulch down on that. Right, let's have a walk around, shall we? Because if you look at my last video, it was the swan planting. We had lots of volunteers out planting trees, and that was part of the King's Canopy, some feverfew I put in earlier. I think that survived. And a plum tree that I put in last year, still going. If you go back to one of my first ever videos, it's about 45 minutes of me clearing all these brambles. I did that again the other day. They come back, but you can see these are the ones that come back, and then the ones in the background are the ones I hadn't even touched. So that didn't take quite so long to do. If you want to watch the video, it's 45 minutes of me strewing brambles. It's incredibly boring. There's a big pile of wood chips there, left behind by the council. We've got a use for them later on. There's another short video I did about sandbags. During the rain, this path gets incredibly soggy and slippy, and I've just been bringing more and more sandbags over, emptying them out, and it is beginning to stabilise that path. There's a log pile we put in last year. There's Buckingham Palace. Someone's messed about with that, but it's still there. Cleared all these brambles. There's Bug Ben over there, the other bug hotel. Just about see it. There. And then, while I was clearing brambles, I cleared the brambles around this tree. So last year, well, up until a couple of weeks ago, the brambles were completely taking over that tree. They were all up in it, like eels, and I pruned it badly. So that's a lot clearer now. Brambles are coming back. I started on this one, but my battery ran out. So that's a bit clearer under there. You've got some bitter cress coming up now. That's edible. But the trees we put in with Swan Community Council last few weeks ago, last month, when we did it, the council over-ordered, because I said to them, if you've got any extras, chuck them over Frog's Orchard. So here are the extra trees. That is a Morello Colt cherry. So is that one by the looks of it. Gorgeous flowers. There's one there, next to the plum tree I put in last year. So this whole area was clear. It's now got a couple of trees in it. It's got another cherry. There's another one there. No idea what that is, but it's growing and it's happy. There's another one there. There's another one there. There's one. Loads more trees. And this has given the whole project a bit of a boost, because it's a bit of a struggle. There's a one-man operation. I keep telling people they can join in and do what they like. Chainsaw fun. Those bits are still there. Log piles are in amongst the nettles there, still doing their thing. New trees. New tree. Someone snapped the top off of that one. It's fine, it'll grow back. New tree. A little bit of product placement. Blackcurrant, put in last year. Blackcurrant I put in last year. Could be a red, could be a white. Another one there, still going strong. The apple tree that I pruned last year, still not happy, but still alive. More of them. See allotments down there. They look like raspberries. These Ashford Borough Council put in at the same time as they put the Fog's Orchard ones in. 19 of them, and that was the week after we put the these ones in. These are the ones in the swan tree planting video. Swan is South Willesborough and Newtown, by the way. That's South Willesborough, and over there is Newtown. And then we put these in the week after. And this one we're particularly excited about. It's purely by chance we found a tree called Swan's Egg, South Willesborough and Newtown's egg. It's not an egg, it's a tree. This one looks exactly the same. No, that's Mary Louise. Hello, Mary, or Marie. Now, the one thing we do need to do over here is mulch and get all this crap out. It's loads of plastic. So we think this used to be allotments and it used to be a play park, and then it was completely overgrown. There's glass all over the place. So we need to come over here and give this a good clear up. The one thing we didn't do was mulching. But again, I've got a few customers, I had some stuff to get rid of. So I've been bringing the mulch over and putting it round. Mulch there. So most of these are done. That's a big bramble. There's also some daisies that were in someone's patio, so I just stuck them in the compost. That's got bindweed. That's again chipped up waste. Don't throw it away, chip it up, stick it on the ground. Pretty. And then I think the third week, I think it was just myself, Jackie, Stefan and Sarah, and we came over here and we stuck a load more cherries. I think they're cherries. So I think in total Frogs Island and Frogs Orchard, between us and the Ashford Borough Council, 86 new trees. And if you look, you can see the trees that are already established are in nice straight lines, and they are directly in line with all the older trees in Frogs Orchard, almost like it was done all at the same time. Look down on a map, I'll see if I can put one on the screen. You can see they're all in a straight line. That map's completely out of date now because there's a lot more trees. And that's what we've been up to over the past couple of months. There's not been any updated videos, but it's because I've been busy or I've been forgetting to take my cameras with me. But I'm off the leash today, so I've come over to do this. And then I'm going to go and do my other job here because I'm in the area. Might even actually do some work on my allotment at some point. They definitely look like raspberries. Be interesting to watch them.